Whoop. Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing some more art challenges, baby. We're going to be doing the Pinterest challenge first, and then we're going to be rolling back into the 3-color. If you're one of the true elites and you follow me on Twitter, you have already seen these, but even if you don't follow me, I might like you a little bit less. But either way, we're going to be seeing the process and how I made them today. So before we get started on any challenges, I should give you some lore about them. I actually know what we're doing today. So the Pinterest challenge is basically just a list of features that your character has, and you just type them into Pinterest. First result, that's what you get, and just kind of merge them into something that is hopefully not too bad. And the 3-color one is pretty simple. You just get random palette with 3 different colors and try and make something happen. Without any further ado, I say we just hop right into the Pinterest one. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. So we got a purple hair color, longer hair with like the, I don't know, I guess they're bangs. I don't know, whatever they're called. Mr. Color Palette, gonna be lots of purples. I honestly don't know if we're gonna be using it, because I'm kind of liking just this outfit in general, but we'll have to see. Eye color, so I might go with like the more purple, like this purple one here, or maybe this blue one on the edge. It's kind of what I'm thinking, just because that matches the color palette. And clothing, I like a celestial kind of theme. Oh, call back to Celestial OC vid. Ooh. But I'll see what I come up with sketch and base colors. I'll probably be back in about 8 or 9 days, so I'll see you then. So this is what we're going to be looking at for a sketch. I'm thinking similar universe to Celestial OC that we did a couple videos ago. Another goddess-esque character. And this apple in the middle is going to be like, I don't know how to describe it, like galaxy apple. So I'm going to be skipping the purples. The color palette, I'm going to be skipping that. I mean, the rest of the prompts we got were so good, and they kind of work really well together. So I feel like the purple would kind of distract from that. So I don't really want to make a worse drawing, you know. So I'll just skip that for today. And this is going to be base color, apple, right? Gonna have blue eyes and another more extreme lighting scenario. I'm just throwing some patterns on just to get a little bit more oomph, because that's what the outfit has. It has like moon patterns and stuff like that. I'm not gonna copy the exact pattern, but you know, you can get the vibe. It's nothing too crazy. So, and I'm kind of thinking the character for this one would be, because the last one was like going crazy, right? So it was kind of unraveling. I think this is like a more cold, calculated, I wouldn't even say villain, but like one of those very cold, calculated, like people with like very strong justice skills, very strong values, I guess. So like they're very like, I'll do anything for my goals type of character. I don't know if it would be, I'm not thinking like police, because you know, it's like celestial police is kind of stupid, or at least in this scenario it is. So maybe the job would be like more of just a rogue person just doing their own goals, whatever those would be. But I'm thinking like reality bending powers is kind of what we're looking at. Like, if I don't know if you guys have read Jujutsu Kaisen, a bit of a spoiler here, but there's like this one character that can like warp space. It's kind of hard to explain, but like they can like move physical space as if it was 2D. I'm thinking this one would do something like that, but it'd be more like summoning objects. So I guess maybe it's more like Gojo, I guess. But yeah, so I'm thinking that they can, I don't know, it's very, like everyone's pretty scared of this character, I would say. I guess since she would be pretty smart, we could go with like maybe like librarian-esque, where it's like, you know how in like a lot of anime, how they have like a space library or whatever, like, I guess maybe library is like the wrong word, but like central intelligence gathering kind of thing. So they kind of know what's going on pretty much everywhere. And generally, like, a lot of people don't assume those characters to be very powerful, and they turn out to be like a god. So I think this is a similar situation. You just spent a lot of time, maybe researcher's a good position actually. Like wanting to know, being really into magic or something, like a magic researcher. So they really want to further their own knowledge, and you can assume that knowing a lot about that kind of thing would make you pretty powerful. Because in order to do a lot of stuff, you do need a base level of strength. So this character would have significant base level because they do a ton of stuff, like around. A lot of infiltrating areas they're not supposed to be to figure things out that they shouldn't know. So I think that's a pretty decent lore so far. Maybe the apple has like her power sealed so she won't get found out when she goes in more public areas, because then she can more easily infiltrate those safer areas and then unseal the powers with the apple whenever she needs to do some damage and mess things up. And maybe the apple's like a magic tool that can, because I feel like it's one of those things that you wouldn't really necessarily expect to be a tool because it's an apple. So maybe that actually makes it a pretty good like way to hide some more illegal activities. You can be like, oh, I'm just a little librarian holding an apple, and then you unearth their concept of reality like 2 seconds later. That sounds pretty cool already. So we're gonna have a background for this one. I think it's gonna copy the Apple like galaxy-ish effect. That might look cool. Hey, just want to take a break from the video real quick to say, if you're liking the video so far, if you want to subscribe, like, and then comment what you're thinking, I'd greatly appreciate it. It'd feed my ego and make me feel big, strong, and really happy. Yeah, so this blush is not going to be very visible, but it still needs to be there because you got to make the character cute still. So I was thinking, while I took a little bit of a break to eat, I was thinking of an idea to make the side that is being lit up brighter. So we're going to try that out. Oh, I need to do the hair colors as well. And maybe her powers cause her hair to change color depending on how much she's using. So it turns like bright blue when she's like fully using her powers, and it gets more dull like it is now when she's just chilling. Which that could be a reason why the apple's so bright, is because maybe it like stores her powers. So when the apple's bright, she's not using much of her power, and then when her hair is bright, the apple gets like darker. And they kind of swap places. Yeah, and after thinking a little bit more, she's definitely got some authority. Like, that is for certain. Maybe not royalty, definitely with the confidence of a noble, though. Like, she's strolling around with that. Because I imagine someone with, like, powers that you can't quite understand. Essentially the same as royalty. It's kind of like the S ranks in Solo Leveling, where it's like they're above the law because the law physically can't stop them. Because, like, they're the ones you use to enforce it. So, there we go. Very dramatic lighting, but it's a dramatic character, so that makes sense. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a character that this kind of reminds me of, like in an anime or something, and I don't think it's like a Makima type, because Makima is like, she's not open about being crazy, you know? Like the people in the universe kind of know she's a little psycho, but not to the extent, obviously. So I feel like this one, it's like everyone knows she's crazy, so you stay away from her. So if you've read Tower of God, kind of reminds me of Yuri, actually, because everyone knows she's crazy, and she's like one of the princesses, so kind of like a lot of power to fling around, both like kick your ass and like politically. So I feel like that actually lines up pretty well with this character. And they're both very free-willed. And the blue from the apple is going to be illuminating a lot of this stuff. So that's why I'm not too worried about being too dark right now. That's, I guess, a little art tip is if you find it being pretty dark, you can try and make another light source somewhere else to bring some of those details forward. Because if we only had the stuff coming from the right, we would lose a lot of the detail on the left here. But since we got the apple in the middle, that bright of a light source, but still something, it kind of helps even out the playing field there for everything else. See, clicking all the wrong buttons. All right, now I think it's time for some of the higher level lighting. So I think I'm gonna do overlay, and this is about the color of the light. Not done this before, so we're gonna have to try it out. And let's try to just normal layer first. This is where we play around with layer effects until something happens that we like. That's kind of cool, but I don't think that's what we're going for. I honestly think just normal might be the play. Let me just erase some of it. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. It's not the worst. I'm just adding a little bit of color variation to add a little bit of extra something to the highlights. Let's do the same thing to the line art. Or I guess the sketch, or whatever you want to call it. I thought that just crashed. Let's go. Just helps reduce the contrast where we don't want it, you know? Alright, let's do the eyes real quick, because I'll forget otherwise. And I think I'm going to keep it a human. Similar as in the last time, if you watched the last video. Because I feel like if you have a human with these kinds of powers, it's way freakier than if it's like an inhuman character. Because if it's inhuman, you can be like, oh, well, it's a god, so who cares, right? But if it's a human, it's like, what did they do to get here? I feel like that's a cooler like character base. Because now they're like inhuman, you know? But they're still like human, obviously. But just that uncanny valley kind of thing. So next steps are going to be blue, and then the blue from the apple. I think that's close to it. Oh, we need to add some apple orange. Let's go above for that, though. All right. I'm going to add the white to the eyes there, too. There we go. Looking at your soul. Let's add some blue to the rest of the character. So these kind of areas under. So the areas that are facing down are going to be lit up by the blue. But it won't be nearly as bright. And I'd imagine when she's using her powers, her hair would be glowing. But right now she isn't, so it's not. And then just general highlights, and we are chilling. Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool looking character, actually. Although I guess after making the drawing, she could just wield both fire and like ice or like spatial magic or something. That would make sense. I don't know about you guys, but that looks kind of celestial to me. Well, now that we got one baddie done, might as well start another one, eh? So this is the palette that we're going to be working with for this character. And I did a previous 3-color challenge a couple videos ago. And I did kind of had a animal theme for that one. That was more of like a phoenixy kind of thing. So this palette is kind of making me think of like a black leopard kind of situation. So I might go with that kind of theme for this character design. Also, just want to say, if you're watching the vid right now, I'm assuming you like something. And maybe you learned something along the way. So So if you want to feed my ego and hit the sub button, like, and comment what you're thinking, any videos you want to see next, hey, greatly appreciate it. But without any further ado, I say we just hop into some sketching. Alright guys, this is what we're looking at for a sketch. So I think we're just going to be keeping the lighting pretty simple, because if we look at the base colors here, we got a little bit more going on. And then I'm also going to be adding some gold, just drip at the end. I'll keep the lighting pretty simple, so it doesn't get in the way of that. I think, yeah, lighting just going to be strong top down. Call it good. I need to add some blush real quick, and then yeah, we can just get into shading. Yeah, this specific like face angle, I'm just not really that best at. I typically do a lot of like 3/4, and I would say I'm okay at that one. I still get into quite a bit of trouble sometimes, but yeah, this one a little bit of a struggle. Demolish some crumble cookies, so the calorie limit is maxed out, so that's amazing. And now we are just blasting 2093 and speedrunning this drawing. So, honestly, not the worst. And for personality, I wanted more of like a cold look. So we're just going with some more like nonchalant dreadhead activities here, and just gonna be rolling with more chill expression overall. Chill, but like stern, like kind of a cold and stern character. This is kind of what I was thinking they would be. Maybe like boss of an organization, I could see. And while orange is not in the colors for this one, we will be using orange in the towards the end for just a little bit of like extra oomph, you know, just because it works. It works so well. Or maybe I'll be biting my lip later, but generally like it works so well with this exact like color scheme. So we gotta use it a little bit later. And I'm actually kind of liking just the all like blue aesthetic. I think stuff blends in a little bit, but I feel like we can alleviate that mostly with shading. We're still gonna have a little bit of that going on pretty much no matter what we do. Skill issue on my end, I think, but I'll work with what I got. And let's just do one like really dark. I think that's what we're gonna have to do, just because it's already getting pretty dark. So we're just gonna have to go straight to the big guns here. I think that's looking kind of cute, actually. Not quite the badass we were going for, but I'll take what I can get. All right, let's just do the eyes then. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the highlight situation. We need something. I think let's add some gold drip. Let's do eyes, gold drip, and then we'll kind of have to reevaluate, because I think we need something else to really like make it not look so flat. Because I think right now the blues are kind of blending together a bit. So we're gonna need to solve that problem. I'm gonna try and make it like solve the problem with just using blue right now. And we will have to see how that goes. There we go. I think that's just enough to make it like more interesting, but not enough to like ruin the challenge, because the whole point of the challenge is the blue, right? So we still need a little bit of that, but we can alleviate the like blending in that was going on at the same time, which is really my only goal. So, because I just go into these hoping to make a not too shitty drawing, and I think we're succeeding a little bit. So I'll take that. Let's go. And this one, I kind of want to use the tail as like to help the composition, to like make it like set more enclosed. Because I really like it when a lot of like game art, like I'm thinking more like Arknights, how like a lot of the character art is like it has a background, but like it kind of frames itself nicely without like an actual frame. I think that stuff looks like pretty cool when it's done well. So I think I'm going to start trying to do that a little bit more with the compositions, like have some more interesting stuff go on. I think I'm going to use this orange as like a little bit of a framing tool as well. See if we can frame the face up a little bit as well. And we just need to do some extra little hair highlights and a little extra stuff here and there, and we will be good. I think that kind of works, like having a cool little gradient. Let's go. I think that's a drawing, all right. Well, this is the two baddies that we ended up making. I think we made some pretty cool drawings today. Would I say they're the best I've ever made? No, but I think we made something cool with the challenges that we got. You know, hey, if you like the video so far, if you want to subscribe, like, and then comment what you're thinking, it'd be the best way to feed my ego and the most efficient pathway, you know? When really that's the goal for all of us. Hey, but that's all I got for this week. See you next Friday with probably something else. I'm thinking cars to cuties. Maybe Mercedes 300 SL. Ooh, but that's all I got. So, see ya.